Given the following graph of the equation y equals x squared minus 7x plus 10, answer the following questions. What is the axis of symmetry? From our notes earlier, we know that the axis of symmetry has its own equation, which is negative b over 2a. So what is our b term? What is our a term? Our b term is negative 7. So there's a negative in the equation, and then there's also a negative 7. So don't forget to put both all over 2 times a, which is 1 because there's nothing there. So negative 1 times negative 7 is positive 7. And then 7 over 2 can be reduced to 3.5. So I'm going to say it's x equals 3.5. I'll rewrite that. I'm going to go ahead and label it, which we can also see here, right? We see that little point lines up like halfway between 3 and 4. What are the coordinates of the turning point? Well, the turning point we learned earlier was the vertex, which is the maximum or minimum. In this case, we have the minimum, right, which answers question 3. It's a minimum. So we can see that it's at 3.5, comma, negative 2. We could also have found that by plugging 3.5 back into the equation. How many zeros are there? Well, I see that the parabola crosses 2 times, so 2. What are the solutions? Solutions is another way of saying x-intercepts. So they cross at 2, 0, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. What are the solutions called? Well, they're called zeros, roots, or x-intercepts. What is the y-intercept? We can't see it on the graph, but we do know from our notes last week that c in standard form is always the y-intercept. So in this case, c is 10. Therefore, our y-intercept is 0, 10. And if we potentially tried to graph that, we'd probably cross at 10, so that makes sense.